So the right-leaning candidate in Brazil won by the name of Bolsonaro. Now, I've seen a lot of people saying he's not fascist because he's not anti-Semitic. Now, this is a ridiculous concept in a lot of ways. The first thing that was funny is people calling him a racist, where he won in Brazil, which is a country that's majority mestizo and mulatto. Okay, and if you look at his comrades, they're all mestizo and mulatto. Now, a disturbing thing is that he's termed the tropical Trump. And in a lot of ways, he is going to probably play out as a tropical Trump. For example, Benjamin Netanyahu, as he's known in Israeli circles, and Benjamin Netanyahu, as he's known in English-speaking circles, will be attending Bolsonaro's inauguration. There was a tweet from Benjamin Netanyahu that was liked by Bolsonaro, and a lot of Brazilians are amped. Brazil does have a Jewish, quite a healthy Jewish community because of slavery. Brazil was one of the top slavery countries in South America. That's also why Brazil is, it has a lot of black folks in it. That's why you see things like that capoeira, or whatever the hell it's called, that fake-ass martial art with the breakdancing, okay, which goes back to the slave days of yore. Okay, and why you see a lot of voodoo in Brazil is because of the connection to slavery, which also is, where there's a connection to slavery, transatlantic slavery, you will find a connection to the Jewish people. Now, this is disturbing because Bolsonaro, and let me get this straight right off the bat. Bolsonaro in Brazil is good for the continent of the Americas. It's great because it hopefully will result in economic prosperity. But it's bad in a way because it's like in the United States, a lot of people thought Trump was this anti-globalist force, and it turned out that he was a Zionist more so than any previous president. Okay, and I think what you will find out with this Bolsonaro dude is that he ends up being very Zionist, very pro-Zionist. I mean, after all, Benjamin Netanyahu will be coming to his inauguration. It'll be the first time an Israeli prime minister visits Brazil for that purpose. Now, the fact with fascism saying he's not fascist because he's not anti-Semitic. Okay, fascism is not inherently anti-Semitic. People should frickin' read the book, The Doctrine of Fascism. It's a very easy to find book. You can find an audio version, numerous audio versions on YouTube, and it's worth listening to. It's also worth owning and reading and rereading the book. Fascism has mostly positives and some negatives. A better form of third positionism for the New World is Peronism or Justicialism, and I do plan on going through the 20 truths of Justicialism. I keep putting it to the side, but Justicialism is the only form of third positionism. Argentina is the country it governed, but it's the only form of third positionism that has been used to successfully govern a New World country. And it fits better with the New World, with its multi-ethnic nature, and with the various class systems, and with the need to support the workers' rights. So Peronism is better than fascism anyway. But the fact of the matter is, Bolsonaro, being anti-Semitic or not, which he is not, it's not a qualification for being a fascist. In fact, Israel, is very much fascistic. Israel is basically National Socialist. It's basically a Nazi system of government, but instead of the Germanic or Nordic people being seen as the master race, the Jews use the Chosenite crap from the Old Testament and the Talmud. So basically what you got going on is, what people don't understand is, Israel is a third positionist country. It's just third positionist against everybody else, whereas National Socialism and fascism and other third positionist countries sought to encourage mutual respect between separate nations, which each sought their own individual destiny. Israeli third positionism, known as Zionism, seeks to basically manipulate other countries and seeks to fund itself with other countries' money. And one of the biggest differences between, I would say, Israeli third positionism, which is Zionism, and National Socialism, is the fact that the Israelis have inserted themselves into a country that is not theirs, because they're a majority Ashkenazi Jews. So they have inserted themselves into a region that is not an Ashkenazi Jewish region, and then they also do not create. Whereas National Socialist Germany created many things, and even Italy created many things, what you see in Israel is you see, give us money, we're victims. The Holocaust, give us money, we're victims. The Holocaust, okay? So that's another difference, but more or less it's a third positionist country. Israel is very socialistic. It's simply funded by countries like Germany and the United States and other countries. Under Trump, it's seen nothing but an uptick in the amount of money we give it. And it's funny because a lot of conservatives are all about how we don't have money to give basic medical care to U.S. citizens, or we don't have money to give basic food to U.S. citizens. But yet we always have enough money to up the ante, so to say, for Israel. And it's getting out of hand in a lot of ways because people are, quote, conservatives are so pro-Israel that they're forgetting to be pro-American.